And welcome to Too Fat for the Movies. I am your host, Gerrad Fry. Alongside me, my co-host, Dan Dreckman, and a special third guest.
Yes.
We have Darrell Fisher as the third co-host.
I am buttering my milk duds as we speak.
Yes. The film we are watching today... I wish I could put quotes on there. The film we are watching today is Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
And you can listen to as our hopes and dreams get torn apart by this movie.
The one time Dan and I had a chance to see an Indiana Jones movie in the theaters.
Brand new.
No.
But it's not enough Nazis. Spoiler alert.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Now no one's tuning into this podcast.
Yeah, they just turned it off.
Okay, well...
Dials in Germany are being clicked off right now.
We're going to start this before you see the Lucasfilms logo brandish up, so it's double zeros for us, whatever it is for our listeners. I have no idea.
Well,
it doesn't matter. Also, I should note that we're not listening to any of the audio in this movie due to technical limitations. We're currently spread across 2 studios, but we can't listen to the audio. So
and that's
fine.
not just because we're too fat.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yep, that's the fact.
I mean, that's why we had to do 2 studios.
Shall we begin the movie?
Yes, we shall. Let's start rolling it. In 3, 2, 1, play. Okay, see, I was hopeful so far. Like, when I saw this in the theaters, I was stoked about this.
Lucasfilms, it looks nice and fancy and everything, and then it turns kind of, I don't know, goes from green to this...
Gold.
Yeah, a harvest color.
And then the classic Paramount logo.
Does anyone know what mountain that actually is?
I used to.
Is it an actual mountain somewhere, or did they just be like, oh, hey, let's CGI this?
I think it's an actual mountain.
Okay.
No, I think it's just a drawing.
Is it?
But because a lot of people think it's the mountain that you see in the first Indiana Jones movie.
Yeah.
But they actually spent days and like months trying to find something that looked like the Paramount mountain. Because I think it's just a drawing of a mountain that they made for the logo.
That's a good use of funds.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, everyone, that 6 years you spent in art school, why don't you go ahead and draw some mountain?
Well, I think the fact that they looked for a mountain, like if that was your job on Indiana Jones, like, what'd you do? For like 5 months, I'd look for a mountain that looked like the Universal drawing. Big deal. Big deal.
He probably made decent money.
Now, is this illegal to pass a military caravan? I once heard you can't like pass post truck. Is that like against the law? I don't know. I guess I'm the one watching the film, not listening, but watching.
The only time I've ever done it, because I used to work on a military base, the only time I ever did it was when they would pull off to the shoulder to let me through.
Yeah, see, that's not even close to the shoulder, what they're pulling off doing there. I mean, I know these guys are in the military, but, don't they have, like, jurisdiction to, like, pull them over?
No, boobs. You're not going to pull them over. Boobs,
well,
man.
Half of it's boobs. You got the
I
guess the guys driving are a couple of boobs.
They don't realize who's driving the car.
Man, this is like a bad episode, a bad cut from Stand By Me.
I love Stand By Me.
I love it. That's why I said this is a bad one.
Yeah, there's a log truck coming, and then...
Good God, look at those horse teeth. Now, is that the early Prowler, or did all cars just look that way?
No, that's a rat rod.
Car rat rod?
Yeah.
Car rat rod.
Car rat rod. Say car rat rod. You didn't say it. Oh, I wrote it down. Oh, look at that. That was a long opening credits.
Really is. And it has nothing to do with anything.
No.
Dun, 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 dun.
I mean, John Williams did do the music. So I'm sure we're missing out on some really good music.
Oh, yeah.
Dun, 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 dun,
The
dun.
only good part about the movie, John Williams' score.
Nevada, 1957.
Like 100 years after the last one was made.
Did John Williams sign on to do the new Star Wars?
Yes.
Now I'm excited.
Still alive?
Yeah,
Yes.
that surprised me too.
I mean, they don't really need him to do a new score. They can just recycle all the 6 movies he did scores for before. So
Yeah, all the alleged B-roll of the symphony, they're just,
It's got to be
like-
really loud for that guy.
that guy kind of looks like Putin.
It's kind of like a Battle of the Bulge in Nevada.
Small bulge.
Small bulge.
For me, anyway.
Yeah, because, firing off a handful of shots and, killing half a dozen guards, No one's being alerted to this right now.
No.
1957. No one.
1957.
No one called.
No one's paying attention.
It's only a military base.
No, nobody's thinking Russians.
Well, the crazy part for me is that they sneak in through the only gate for miles. Like, they could have just cut out a part of the chain link and driven through that, and no one would have known any better.
You know, the funny
Yeah.
thing is, I actually had a teacher in high school tell me his brother, they kept seeing the sign for, Area 51, this is a restricted area, you're being watched, blah, blah, blah. And he kept going, kept seeing all these signs like, this is your last chance to, turn back. And he finally just goes, and all of a sudden, like, this Humvee bounces off this dune, just lands right in front of him. Like, 3 more cars show up out of nowhere. I mean, it was a flat open space. He didn't see anyone. They're just like, sir, why didn't you turn around? I didn't see the signs. Like, no, we were clearly watching you from the moment you crossed the gate. You knew where you were going. And then I interrogated him for like 20 minutes.
That's
and
amazing.
They finally said to him, like, all right, go.
So they were still just like okay with it, though. They're just like,
I mean, they
whatever.
weren't like okay with it, but it's still, it's like they're drilling him for 20 minutes. And it's like, we've been watching you pretty much since the moment you drove near the base.
Yeah, these guys just strolled in.
Yep.
Chasing tail the whole way.
I don't remember who the squirrely looking dude is. Was he in Office Space?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think it's the same guy.
No, it's not, but...
Again, I don't have the audio, so I don't know what his name is. I'm referring to him as Watson from here on out.
I can get you the name.
Mr. Soon to be living the rest of his short-ass life in agonizing pain.
Those boots look uncomfortable.
So did that. And just backhanded.
Just bitch slap Harrison Ford. His hat stayed on.
That stayed on, kind of gave him that half smirk. He's got that Brett Favre look to him.
And that, like, he's glistening and looks a billion.
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of...
Except Favre looks like Zeus now.
He does. He looks like a jacked Santa Claus. Like if Santa Claus was on roids, he's like, I'm P90Xing now, Rudolph, and it just...
bench pressing Blitzen, yeah.
Mrs. Claus is now really self-conscious. Just saying. He can get anyone he wants. He's ripped now. Looks amazing, and he's immortal, and he has his
and
own
he sees
business.
you while you're sleeping, so that's just creepy enough.
Mass
Maybe
surveillance.
that's why. Well, he still gets girls to sit in his lap, but
He's got a good gig going.
Yeah.
I mean, that's...
milk and cookies. You work one day a year, you get paid in milk and cookies.
I mean, that's what I... Yeah, but
I'd
all
be
the
happy with
lap
milk and
sitting you
cookies.
could want. I mean, granted, a lot of them are kids, and you got to kind of ignore that. But you got to look through all that terrible waste.
When the 6-year-old wets himself on you, that's unless it turns you on. Santa's into golden showers.
So what, he got muscular to appeal to a broader demographic of children? What?
Is she doing the Vulcan mind game?
Vulcan mind meld?
Mind meld.
Yep. Just think, she just won for Best Actress. It's Kate Blanchett.
What did she win for?
The Woody Allen film she was in, Blue Jasmine.
Really?
Yeah,
Yep.
that's right.
She just won Best Actress.
You're doing a fine job here. I'm terrified.
What, did she do that? Did she just like wave her hand and have that rig explode?
That's what it looked like.
But she couldn't choke out Indiana Jones? That dude's so badass. Even at $1 billion.
Yes.
Now, is this an homage to the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark?
Yes. This is
the same warehouse.
Same warehouse, okay.
Yeah.
I never understood the concept of carrying a sword when you have live ammunition.
I don't
Come
know.
zombie apocalypse, I'm definitely carrying a sword.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, for the people out there who do listen, if there is a zombie apocalypse and you see this before the zombie apocalypse, invest in toilet paper. Because that is a creature comfort that dozens of people will still want. So money is going to be worthless. Trade a toilet paper for goods and services.
Let's just start wiping my ass with money. I'm going to break into Fort Knox just so I can wipe my ass with everything and be like, this is so
With a
much
bar of
better.
gold? Yeah, I'm going to shove a bar of gold up my ass.
I think we just learned something about Gerrad here.
People want to feel clean. Like,
I have a feeling I would get a partial erection from having a bar of gold shoved up my ass, just from the mindset of, hey, there's a bar of gold shoved up my ass. Simply put, it's like, yeah, this is what kings feel like.
maybe Alexander the Great, because he was into that kind of stuff. I don't know.
but
Caligula.
or any Roman.
Caligula, there you go. Any Roman. Yeah. A lot of exposition happening. I have no idea what's happening in this movie right now.
Yeah.
I can't remember if she's trying to make him find the Ark.
Indiana Jones is impressive.
I don't know. I mean, I can't tell
He's
if that's
trying to find the alien.
Oh, I can't tell if Kate Blanchett's haircut is actual hair or if they just cut like part of a cantaloupe out and just placed it over her head.
Wait, I'm confused by what's happening right now. Oh yeah, the magnetism.
Yeah.
Magnets. Yeah, fucking magnets.
You think they could find something else besides grenades?
Well,
That seems like a dangerous way to have. Like, we need to throw something into the air. Everyone's like,
Let's throw gunpowder.
Start opening your grenades. There's no way that's not safe.
Oh, these people know what they're doing.
And then Indiana Jones
I
uses
think.
all of it at one time.
Well, what else is he going to do with this in a hat?
I know, but he could, like, I don't know. He could just take little, like, pinches or like, handfuls, start throwing them around. I don't understand.
Enough for the class to see. You
Yeah.
gotta share it.
Did you bring enough grenade gunpowder for everyone?
All right, it's Indiana's birthday. Let's all sing him a song. He gets to go first today.
This looks a lot like Citizen Kane.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, he does have the advantage as far as, military goes and the high point.
Oh,
Look,
okay.
look at the balls.
They found it.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch? I have no idea what you said.
They're Russian.
Oh, there's a camera behind there.
Fancy. They unburied that crate rather quickly.
Yeah. For something that was supposed to be, like, locked away, it was just, like, behind one box. It was like, cool, sup? No one's ever going to find this. Not unless they have grenades and shotgun shells handy.
So wait, I was going to say, okay, there we go. I was going to say, they're using crowbars on this thing, and then they finally, the crowbar is attached to it.
Yep. But nothing else does.
The body of
none
Elvis
of the other
Presley.
metal on them attaches to it. They're just, using, it's moving the lights, but it's not moving the car.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, now it's starting to go. Yep. Yeah, because magnets take time to warm up.
But so their dog tags are going, but not. Okay, now their guns are,
Okay.
but not the guns of the guys carrying them.
No.
That's super interesting.
Or that guy's glasses.
Talk about being at attention.
Now I know she carries a sword around.
Yep.
Careful, Indiana. You're a billion. You probably got a fake hip in there. It's going to rocket you right at that crate.
I would say he looks old in this movie. Can you imagine the next one?
Did you see Ender's Game?
I haven't watched it
He
yet.
looks old in Ender's Game.
Yeah.
Super old.
Did you see him at the Oscars?
No.
He could barely speak.
Yeah, but he did better than Travolta.
Yes, Travolta couldn't speak. And this is Mahavna Schmegelmail. And I was like, yeah, pretty sure I recognize that name. New up-and-comer.
Yep.
Is that a water heater? What is that?
No.
Looks like side boob. No wonder all the guys wanting to look.
Wait, why'd they put it in the back of a car? It's magnetic. It's going to ruin that vehicle.
And don't you think there's an easier way to open this than using a knife to cut through steel?
Oh, they overcooked it. Let it bake too long in the microwave.
Yeah.
That's what happens, man. Potatoes go up.
It's been cooking for like 50 years.
A note out there, your turducken should reach an internal temperature of 165 degrees. Make sure that the meat thermometer does not touch the bone, because that will affect the reading.
Consumer advice.
You know that's E.T.
Uh-huh.
The same...
Well, did you know that the E.T. family is actually in Star Wars Episode 1?
Yeah.
It is. And someone had a little post on Facebook the other day as far as since that E.T. is basically a Jedi, since, he knows Yoda, recognizes Yoda when he's in the movie E.T. The kid's playing with the Star Wars toys. And E.T. can make bikes and toys fly with his mind, so obviously E.T. is a Jedi.
Yep, I read that, and it makes a lot of sense.
That's baller. That's super awesome.
Talk about turncoat. Watson, or
God damn it, Watson.
Whatever your name is.
That's Ray Winston, if anybody is wondering.
Well, I was really close. All right. Watson, Winston. I don't count that as a win.
Yeah.
W.
And his character's name is Mac.
Okay, so I was off on the character name.
Are you cheating with subtitles?
Me?
No, I can't have subtitles on mine.
I might be able to, but I'm not. I was using IMDb for the character names.
Cheater.
I just thought you were like reading Indiana's lips. I was like, that's super impressive. He must have called him by his actor name sometime during that. That happens in every movie I've ever seen. You drop a gun and it just instantly points to someone's foot.
You mean to tell me that...
First of all, you drop a gun and it just fires automatically.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
And the fact that, the other 30 guys all like scramble like cockroaches because one gun fired.
What if it goes off again?
He dropped it, okay? It's not like he's aiming it at anyone.
I think we missed a one-liner in there.
Yep.
Yeah, well, the fact that there's two guys sitting right next to him, like neither one of them thought, hey, I'll detain this guy. No, I'm just going to let him hit me because after he hits the first one...
The other guy's driving. It's all about being safe on the road.
That's right.
/ warehouse. Wow, what were those things full of compressed air? That was impressive. Yep, there it is.
The Ark of the Covenant.
You can still see Hitler's fingerprints on it. And melted face.
I never understood that. They were like, oh, don't let it get into the hands of the Germans. I was like, why not?
Didn't they do that on Big Bang Theory where
Yeah, oh yeah.
Amy Farrah Fowler says to Sheldon after they watch Raiders of the Lost Ark, she goes, really Indiana Jones didn't do anything because even if the Nazis had gotten a hold of the Ark, they all would have melted when they opened it. So really Indiana Jones did nothing. Yeah. And Sheldon gets pissed off at her and is like, oh, I'm going to destroy something from your childhood now.
Yep.
I never actually saw the episode, but someone told me about it.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah, I actually did see the episode, and it's basically the whole show is just them coming to the conclusion that Indiana Jones does absolutely nothing that's important or hinders anything in Raiders of the Lost Ark. He does nothing in that movie.
Well, but we can say he technically does something because he gets back together with whatever woman, and their passion spars Shia LaBeouf to become what he is.
Oh.
So we can say that the only meaningful thing that Indiana Jones did in Raiders of the Lost Ark was create a son character
played by Shia LaBeouf
for the crappiest movie in the series thus far.
Yep. Yeah, thus far is a good point. So,
well,
wow, what?
At least George Lucas isn't going to have any writing credentials other than characters for the next two, because he's not exactly good at dialogue.
Like October Sky.
That was an important shot.
Yeah,
you needed to show the prairie dogs.
Well, they're in the beginning. They tunneled out of Universal Mountain.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Yeah, Mount Doom.
How'd they slow down?
I ran out of gas. It's a gas shortage of 57. And I guess going supersonic speed causes weak Russians to pass out. I don't know.
Causes romance.
Yeah. I'm done with the pillow talk. Get out of bed.
The funny thing, this isn't even the most ridiculous thing that happens right now.
No, give it 15, 20 minutes?
That's the most ridiculous
the next 60?
How'd they catch up to him so fast? He was riding the fastest vehicle on Earth. And they pull up and they're like, listen, we had time to strap the alien into a new truck and get here. Don't worry. Don't worry about it.
Usain Bolt's driving.
He just puts his feet, Flintstones his ass all the way there.
Is that the mountain?
I have no idea.
I have no idea.
I have no idea.
I just have a feeling he's looking for his precious right now. I mean, you look at that, well, not this escape now, but the one before, we just like, oh yeah, I'm going to be walking through a mountain.
That would have been more interesting than how this movie turned out to be. Just him walking back to civilization.
That'd been more interesting if he ran into the crew from the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
That'd been badass. Indiana Jones helps Frodo in Mount Mordor. Whatever it is.
Hey there, Rudy. It's Samwise. Oh, my bad.
He will always be Rudy. Yeah. Always. Always to me. Every time I see him, everyone's like, oh, he's in Lord of the Rings. I'm like, no, he's not. He's Rudy. I mean, he is, but he's Rudy. Like at the end of that, when they come in and they exchange that really weird look, I expected him to get on top of Frodo's shoulders and they were going to like slow motion carry Sam out of the room.
Watching Howdy Doody and playing Paperboy?
Whoa, careful.
Whoa, hey, where was that head going? He grabs that plastic skull and pulls it towards him.
Man, Indiana Jones a real klutz in this movie.
He really is.
Why are they even having the sprinklers go if this is a fake town?
Off spoilers. I'm kidding.
You can tell it's a fake town. There's plastic people everywhere.
Just one sadistic guy's weird homage to like the nuclear family. Oh, I get it now. The nuclear family. What a pun.
It's hilarious.
Well, I know where they got the idea for Nuketown.
Yeah.
Duke Nukem? I have that same woman in my bedroom.
Who all sits on the same piece of furniture unless you're like a poor college student?
This was the 50s. They did that stuff.
Really?
I don't know. I wasn't alive then.
It's how they depicted it in the media.
A lead-lined...
My food feels so safe in there. My doctor says to get more iron. I figure lead is better. I can picture the THX sound at the beginning of movies. The audience is now deaf.
And yet...
Yeah, that 3 cent latch and 3 cents and 57 was probably the equivalent of $6, held up through being hurtled a quarter mile or more through a nuclear blast.
Yep.
And at 8,000 years old, Indiana
And
Jones
the prairie
is like,
dogs.
no problem.
And the prairie dogs. We just came full circle.
Movie's going to take a weird turn,
Circle of life.
and the prairie dogs are going to become nuclear super mutants.
You really shouldn't be that close to a mushroom cloud. I'm just saying, as a general principle.
He's probably going to get cancer now.
Or it's eliminating his cancer.
Or that.
Maybe that's what we find out in the next one. Indiana Jones and the chemotherapy of doom.
Why isn't my insurance covering this?
Oh, man, I would not like that brush on the front.
Yeah, like, whoa.
Oh, man, and it goes,
It goes all the way down.
Oh, man. You don't have to worry about shaving, though. The manscaping's done. Is that the janitor from
Yes.
Scrubs? Is it really?
Yes,
really
Neil
is.
Flynn?
It really is.
Neil Flynn, yeah.
Now he's on The Middle? Is that what that
Middle.
show's
The
called?
Middle is the
Yeah.
show. He also did this past winter radio dramatization of A Christmas Carol.
Really?
Huh.
Yeah, I did that for class.
Oh, I should mention that we are now sitting in the presence of a college teacher.
Yeah, I'm a college teacher. Associate professor.
So fancy. What a title.
No, I say it that way so the university doesn't get in trouble. I'm on a 1 semester contract. They're not bringing me back. They'll blend in, disappear. Oh wait, that was the wrong one.
Wait, isn't that the same German? Oh, no, it's someone else.
I'm confused. He's wearing tan. I thought they wore green.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I honestly
don't know.
can't say
This
either
is-
way.
Indiana Jones has been so historically accurate that we don't. We have to take it for what it is.
So they just, I'm sorry, they just hosed him down in that room full of
Yeah.
radiation, all wearing suits. Then they leave the door open to dry it out.
No, the radiation went down the drain,
Oh yeah, of course.
which will later become It in Stephen King.
Wow, it's all connected.
I was thinking it was going to become the Toxic Avenger.
Swamp Thing?
No, literally the Toxic Avenger. Did you ever see that movie?
I know of it.
Don't see it.
No.
We might. It's so
Next
bad
week,
we could
the
do a
Toxic
podcast on it.
Avenger.
Yeah,
All
that's
right,
what I was
guys.
gonna say.
Yeah,
Oh.
let's do that next week.
Oh, it's so over the top and terrible.
Just like Over the Top, the Stallone movie about arm wrestling.
I was just talking to Dan about the Stallone movie about arm wrestling.
Because there's a TV show about
There's
arm
a TV
wrestling,
show, yeah.
which made me believe anything can get on TV if you pitch it well enough.
Amish Mafia,
Yes,
plain and simple.
anything on True TV.
What's weird is there's a new show that for whatever reason I'm really digging. It's called Naked and Afraid.
Oh, that
yeah,
show's ridiculous.
I have seen the previews for it, and I've decided I'm not watching it.
Oh,
It's actually really entertaining.
it's unbelievably entertaining.
And not in like a they're naked kind of way. Like you get over that in like 2 minutes, and you're like, that's a fuck ton of mosquitoes, and that dude is super naked. Like I couldn't imagine. Like just stick him in
And
the middle
it's
of
like
the Amazon jungle.
130 degrees outside
Yeah, it's 130 degrees,
with 200% humidity, and it's not raining.
butt naked in the Amazon jungle. They're like, listen, you've got a flint and a hatchet. Survive mosquitoes for 30 days.
That's what the original Survivor should have been.
Yes.
Mr. Ford, your house is on fire. And the class reacts.
I'm afraid we dropped an A-bomb on your house.
Again.
Your plastic wife in that fake town, she didn't survive.
But
You're
your
going to have to buy a new TV.
but your refrigerator's in great shape.
You'd be surprised. You could probably survive a nuclear blast in one of those. Funny you mentioned that.
Was that a portrait of his old companion?
There's a lot of
The
homage
one from
in this movie.
who had the museum? I can't think of his
Sean
name.
Connery?
Not Sean. That was
No.
his dad.
Yeah, it's
I know who
wild.
he's talking about. Can't think of the character name or the actor's name. But yeah, it probably was. There's a dumb amount of homage in this
Brady
movie.
or Brody.
Yes.
Marcus Brody.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure there was a picture of him hanging on the wall.
Probably.
A portrait, if you will.
Like I said, this whole movie is just like an homage to the other ones. It's really all it is. Because there's a lot of silhouetting of Harrison Ford in a hat. And talking of, don't you miss the old days?
Yeah, see, this is the changing of the times. It's really just all about the civil rights movement and how old white guys were upset that, blacks and women wanted to get out of the house or slave quarters.
I was gonna say, getting the blacks out of the house.
They
That's
were
a
out
good
of the
point.
house. They had no house.
I didn't see any fake African American statues when they bombed that place.
Well, it was 1957. America was still extremely racist. We've only gotten slightly better now.
I was gonna say it's super.
I mean, it probably costs extra to paint those mannequins, and the government does not have a lot of money to spend on that.
Because they spent all their money
Well,
on
'cause you know-
dropping an A-bomb.
They'd end up using lead paint and be like, oh, only blacks will survive. Huh. Didn't see that coming.
Oh, there's Sean Connery.
Yep.
It's a very
Sean
rare
Connery.
photo of Sean Connery signed by Roger Moore. That's a Simpsons reference.
I know. I was just pulling that one out of the air. That was impressive.
I could pull a Simpsons reference out of my ass hourly if I tried.
Those guys run funny.
It's like North by Northwest.
Yeah, being chased by a rebel without a cause.
Ugh. This movie would have been a little bit better if he's not in it. That's a fact.
It's okay. He's never going to be in another movie again, supposedly.
Yeah, he's announced
Because
his
he's not
retirement.
famous anymore.
I feel like he's going all Joaquin Phoenix. Then again, he could be going all Amanda Bynes too. You never know.
Either way.
Maybe you should go keep...
It feels a lot like Joaquin Phoenix, though.
It does feel a lot like that.
Feels very artsy.
In that he took the art off the wall and was like, this is mine.
That and when he made himself art.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That art gallery thing that he did for like a week. That was weird. Although I probably would have wanted to go to it.
I was poorly shot.
Photo has aged well. Wait, so they're at Marshall?
We are.
No, they are.
Not even the right colors.
I was going to say, is it Marshall Green?
Yeah, as I say, I'm pretty sure they're green and not this half Notre Dame looking thing.
Oh, not cool. Not to mention, that's like Coke. That's going to rot that brush.
Ugh.
And he's putting it in hair.
Yeah, that's product for you.
I forget, why did they start talking to each other in the beginning?
Shia LaBeouf tracks him down.
Yeah, he figures that's like, oh, that's what he looks like. I'm based on this really old photo that's not of my dad.
Do you know this guy? Yeah. We should sit down and talk. I think you're my dad. I used to deliver mail to him. That was it. You're my dad.
He's like, well, I did fuck your mother once.
I can't believe this is true.
And what better spot could you ask for, more intimate and private, to reconnect with your estranged father than the local hop down the street?
50s hop diner, yeah.
His hair has ass cheeks. Look at that.
Is it braided in the back?
He's got a rat tail. First one to rock that.
He's wearing his Harvard tie.
Is that where? Does he teach at Harvard?
I have no idea.
I don't think they ever tell you where he actually lives or where he works. You just know he works at a college, apparently called Marshall.
I'm going to say he probably works at Marshall.
Yep. And it's like connected to a museum.
The Marshall Museum?
Maybe.
The Marshall Mathers Museum?
There you go.
Wiki, wiki, wick.
I'm sure he's saying something heartfelt and meaningful right now, but...
Yeah, because you were zooming in on that camera, Rope.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, too. It's like he's right in the center of the shot, zooming in. He's got that look in his face like, I'm your dad.
He's not Batman.
Would you like me to buy you a soda so that you can do your hair? Why is everyone wearing bowling shoes? It looks like that girl is wearing bowling shoes in the background.
It was the style at the time.
People bowled a lot, apparently. They wanted to be ready at all times.
It's not like they did anything else of value in the 50s. I'm going to be completely honest. Your nights of fun are like, we're going to go to the moving picture show, or we're going to throw a rock down a lane. And some kids will get in a car and make out. There might be a fan on the dashboard of a Studebaker.
I'm going to race you down Suicide Hill. Oh, no. Sorry, that was like every movie I ever saw in the 50s. If I know anything about history, it's that the 1950s, every place had like a Suicide Hill. Or a death corner.
And every single kid in high school had like a hot rod.
Yeah. You know what I owned in high school?
Nice car.
I owned a 1999 Geo Metro. Yeah. I looked ridiculous getting in and out of that car.
The funniest thing...
You can't look any worse than the cop that works on the campus that drives one of those.
There is a cop on campus that drives a Geo Metro, that's right.
And he's probably about 800 pounds.
You know, your first car is like 23 years newer than my first car, and I'm not that much older than you, because my first car was a 76 Buick Century.
That is actually really awesome.
It's really awesome and all until you realize that you're the only one driving a classic car near the high school.
Well, the best part about my car is I'm stuck.
Wow.
I had to debate between the two.
Shia LaBeouf just got rocked by a chick.
What was the Sharks and the Jets?
It didn't take much to start a riot in the 50s.
Nope.
No.
Well,
This wasn't even race-induced. He won't hop on the motorcycle, but he crammed himself into a fridge.
I want to be safe. I'm not going to ride with no helmet.
And he jousted a Nazi in the previous one on a motorcycle.
That's right.
With the sidecar, with his dad on the side. He grabs like that flagpole. And...
Jesus, Danny, you okay? What was that?
That was a burp.
Oh, okay. I thought you were like slowly dying.
Yeah, we didn't get food.
There's also that, but
yeah, for being too fat for film, we didn't get any food for this show.
I honestly ate a cheeseburger before we came here.
I ate a giant sub today.
I've got hamburger helper in the microwave. I should go grab it. And just leave for like 20 minutes and not come back.
So I'm confused. Who are these people right now that are...
They're the North by Northwest guys.
Oh, that would make this movie super interesting. You just see like an alien ship. Spoilers. You see like an alien ship erupt out of Abraham Lincoln's head.
I'm just being curious. How long could you actually hang on to the back of a motorcycle going, let's say, 20 miles an hour? Be conservative here. Because it is the 50s. And
a normal human being?
Any human being. How about any human being? Okay,
Indiana
normal
Jones
or not.
isn't human. He drank from the cup of Christ.
Boom.
Yeah, and that lasts until he crossed the seal.
Yeah, I know.
You picked the right cup. That's all that matters.
He's a brilliant
Like it was
guy.
really that hard. Gold, 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 gold. Hey, wood.
This makes more sense.
Yeah, what logically makes sense? Oh, the cup of a carpenter. He made it out of wood.
Yeah. Who would have thought that the woman who fucked the father and the son didn't make the right choice?
I'm sure, Jesus is glad that whole Messiah thing worked out for him because he could have been an awful carpenter.
How sad was his high school? He was like, I made a cup. And everyone's like, oh, get off your ass, do something, Jesus. He's like, this cup's going to be important someday.
They probably told him literally to get off his ass due to the simple fact that everyone rode donkeys.
If you watch Mel Gibson's, what was that?
The Passion
of the Christ, he invents chairs. Like, Jesus, never saw that?
No.
I don't remember that.
It's right in the beginning. That always stuck with me because I thought it was hilarious. Like, he's sitting up, like, or maybe he makes a table. No, it's a table. Like, he makes a really tall table. And he's like, and his mom's like, I guess Mary. I guess I know her name. Mary's like, who's gonna eat at that? He's like, the man who likes to sit up when he eats. And she's like, that's ridiculous. So, like, Jesus invented the idea of, like, a table and chairs. That's... Go look it up.
Now,
those floors are waxed really well.
I was just saying,
yes.
it is opening day as we're recording this, and yeah, that's a pretty decent slide.
Mm-hmm.
That kid's got balls of steel.
Just sitting there like, hey, yeah, you just slid like 40 feet towards me. I'm going to ask you what's due tomorrow in class. And motorcycles just going through a library, and no one's like, whatever.
I'm sure that was really loud.
Hey, there was a black guy.
Pictures don't count.
Oh, was there really a black with like a living,
yes, there was.
living black guy?
Yeah, living black guy right in the middle of the
Gotta
room.
be on scholarship. Athletic.
Is he the janitor? I'm just saying, it's the 1950s.
It's not racist if it's, historically accurate.
Even if history was racist.
Is he doing a Mad
More
Libs?
exposition.
Doing Mad Libs. He's like, and then he wrote
Shia LaBeouf smells funky.
Hey, Shia LaBeouf, you want to be famous anymore? No.
We rode his watermelon. Oh, I'm fucking this up. Those Harry Potter glasses?
They sure look like it.
Indiana Jones and the Half-Blood Prince. That's the
Did
only
you know
title I
that they're
remember.
making new was it J.K. Rowling is working on new books that are set in the Harry Potter world, and who is it? Warner Brothers already optioned all three for 3 movies for the books.
Of course.
That are supposed to start. I think the first movie is supposed to come out before the book is done.
That hurts just thinking about. Then again, it's like I would do it. It's money, like hand over fist.
It's supposed to be like 30 years before the first Harry Potter.
Dun, 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 dun.
Burn, burn.
Oh yeah. In the next like big thing that they do to fix movies, because George Lucas likes to do that, is that they're going to have to change the first one. Instead of the plane flying to, what is it, like Egypt? It's going to have to fly to Canada, because that's where the Ark is, apparently. It's on an island in Canada.
Oh, yeah, you were telling me about this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've watched plenty about the Money Pit. What? It's true, man.
Yep.
That thing is freaky as hell.
It really is.
You got to start watching this. There's actually a show on the History Channel where they were like in Mysteries of the Money Pit or whatever.
I thought you were talking about like the movie, The Money Pit.
No. When someone first told me about it, I'm like, oh, did you ever hear about the Money Pit? And I'm like, yeah, Tom Hanks. It kind of sucked. And they're like, no, it's on this island in Canada. And it's, they dig like 10 feet down and suddenly like the whole chamber just fills with water. Like that's just triple booby trapped, and they do carbon dating. At 10 feet down, it's like 150 years for carbon dating, and 20 feet down, it's 3,000 years, and then they go down, 400 feet, and it's like 20 years carbon dating. Like, that makes no sense.
Yeah, because, I mean, like, they dig down, and it'll be, like, wood, and then, like, pavement, or it's just, like, run into all these weird man-made stuff as they dig farther and farther down.
There's, like, 3 tunnels that basically feed water into it from different points of the island. It would be more interesting if we watched that.
I was just about to say, why the fuck isn't that the plot of the Indiana Jones?
Well, because supposedly, and as an ancient alien theorist as myself, they actually do talk about the 12 skulls on Ancient Aliens. The guy with the funky hair.
That's amazing.
Because it is based off of real things about the crystal skulls, and
I'll tell you right now, the drinking game for Ancient Aliens got me super drunk a lot.
What is the drinking game for that? I haven't heard of this.
Really? You never played this with me? Oh my god!
The problem is I watch it with like an open mind and actually pay attention and believe it. I would rather be a part of a church of ancient alien theorists than Scientology. Because they aren't the same. Okay.
I'd rather be a part of a church of ancient aliens than almost any other religion.
Oh my goodness. It's Winston Watson again.
Wearing a Cuban shirt and smoking a cigar.
He must know Fidel Castro.
Pretty sure he was in power in 1957. That's probably a lie.
No, I think that was the year he took power. I think that was the year of the coup.
The coup?
Cuba.
The coup?
The coup? He switched from a sedan to a coupe? You mean a coup?
Yes, that's what I meant. English isn't my strong words.
He was like, you know what? I really like my 4x4, but I'm not feeling it anymore, man. I'm a dictator now. I should be rolling around in something smaller, more manageable. I'm gonna grab a coupe. Also, if you could murder 80 people for me, that'd be great. Fidel Castro. That's my impression of Fidel Castro. He doesn't have a Latin accent at all. He just talks
like Fred Armisen's what's his name? Ruler of Iraq. Former ruler of Iraq.
Saddam Hussein?
Yes. Because he does him as an angry British guy.
Oh, that's right, yeah. Does that say fuck her in the background? Did anyone else see that?
I think it said puck her.
Oh.
That's like apple? Strawberry? Watermelon? Oh, different pucker. Okay. I see a skull. Or is that like
an alien?
Looks like Cthulhu. Wow. Shia LaBeouf's really being moved by this. This is where I grew up.
Could be a strong odor. I mean, someone cutting onions.
Rucker.
Retorno.
Which is Spanish for return.
Wow, I wouldn't have known that.
Neither would I. Because I'm sure that's not accurate at all. I only had 4 years of Spanish.
It makes as much sense as anything I would have came up with, so.
It makes as much sense as anything else in this movie.
It's also true.
I like how most of the skulls are it just looks like a 5-year-old drew them, but then the one that they really need, it's perfect and pristine. It's like, oh yeah, that one.
That's the one we're looking for.
That's it right there. Every voice I do is just like half an octave lower than my own voice.
We're not grading you on your acting skills. Because they certainly weren't.
Obviously not. They have Shia LaBeouf in there. It's like, remember me when I was on Even Stevens? I'd make a great Indiana Jones. What? What a weird casting choice. I felt the same way about Lone Survivor when they had Marky Mark. Did you ever see a real photo of that dude? He's enormous. He's seriously like 6'4" and like 300 pounds. And then there's a photo of him next to Marky Mark, who's like 4 foot tall.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, but Marky Mark's invincible.
Oh, man, don't do that. Don't do that. I actually liked that movie. Just because that was a good story.
Yeah.
Bartender becomes a kickoff specialist for
the Eagles.
Yeah, that was good stuff.
Gets 1,000 concussions, has to retire. Yeah.
Donates his brain to science. That's the logical conclusion of that story. And then his family sues in the year 2012.
Yep. We're getting to the only good part of the whole movie.
The credits?
I was going to say.
That seems fast.
Hey, this part of the movie is actually not bad. Especially in comparison to the rest of it, not that bad.
I mean, there's a lot of skulls there. They're not crystal, but they're skulls.
Don't worry, we're going to be safe. I brought him a shovel and a whip.
Funny, so did my prom date.
Whoa, shit.
It's like a scene out of Hellboy. Dia de los Muertos.
You would think Indiana Jones would be more observant.
Well, he's not wearing his reading glasses.
And the grace and elegance we've seen from Harrison Ford all movie has indeed. That must be his kid.
Makes sense.
Guy's got mad hops. Breakdancing. Yeah.
They're breakdance fighting.
Okay, that really looked like Shia LaBeouf just like fell over. He was not tripped.
Wow. Is that Short Round? That would have been an awesome twist.
That guy.
At least a cameo.
He's like, oh, hello, Dr. Jones. Bam, just punches him right in the face.
But I'm like, that guy really took getting a shovel in the face really well.
Yeah, he just yelled. Wait, what? How does it work in reverse? I understand blowing, but how does it get stuck in reverse?
I mean, as long as you understand blowing, maybe during intermission we'll talk.
Wait, did Indiana Jones have a pistol this whole time?
Yep.
And instead he decided to blow the car
It's like the sword fight.
Oh,
you know,
goodness.
again, he's gonna be like, oh yeah, we'll just go ahead and we'll have all these sword fights and I'll wrestle these guys and tackle an alligator and then this other guy's gonna start swirling the sword and I'm just gonna shoot him
because he had to poop.
He had to poop.
I mean, that's the story. Harrison Ford was very ill that day. He had the runs, and instead of shooting that scene, he's like, "What if I just shot him?"
Yeah, because they can't pause, and just retake a scene. But
when
you know how much it cost them to set up that scene properly?
$17.
Does his jacket say "mitt"?
I'm confused.
It's breathing. This is an interesting movie.
We're all watching intently, waiting for something amazing to happen.
Yeah, something to happen. Just something.
What?
He's got to reach in there and pull the lever, but make sure, doesn't, get his hands on those creepy crawlies.
You got to second base there. Oh, watch out. Watch out. Oh, that's your own fault. I was going to go into shock.
I really wish that would have killed him.
Oh, Shia LaBeouf. Why couldn't a real scorpion just come out and take you down? I mean the one from Mortal Kombat.
Get over here. And he's like, Shia LaBeouf, that's my line. Boom! Plagiarism slam. Sorry.
Why are you apologizing?
Because I said Badoom.
He's not going to sue you. If we get a class action lawsuit out of this, I will represent you both.
That puts my mind at ease.
I'm super confused right now. Why was everyone just hanging out in this tunnel when they died?
Who
Like,
knows?
I think I'm starting to feel the death rolls. I better go up into that hallway where everyone is. Like, I don't understand that at all.
Just slowly die.
Trust me, in 200 years, this is gonna look really cool.
Cult? Maybe. Think about it. They all drank the Kool-Aid. All right, everyone, get in your crash position, you know.
There's nothing but ancient Dixie cups laying all over the place in there. Oh, yeah. Oh, this part. I remember this now.
Mm-hmm.
He's on an ancient Mayan...
Gyroscope. I don't know.
The Mayan calendar.
Oh, that would...
I mean, that's
That'd
what
be
it looks
interesting.
like.
It really does look like the Mayan calendar. Oh, yeah. Did you know that scientists just recently came out and said that on the last day of the Mayan calendar, that a giant meteorite or something like that missed Earth by like 10 miles?
Yeah, something like that. But that... I mean, there was also... Meteorite, asteroid, I don't know the difference.
Yeah.
That went between the Earth and the Moon just a month ago.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens a lot.
But it's just kind of funny that an asteroid that would have destroyed the Earth barely missed the Earth on the day of the last day, the predicted apocalypse by the Mayans.
Well, that Mayan calendar. There's like 7 others.
Yeah, I know. Just the one everybody cared about, apparently.
It's the most recent one is the only reason.
The one made famous by Ghostbusters.
I ain't afraid of no mine. Oh, I'm so sad. Like, even if they go ahead with Ghostbusters 3, I'm not sure I want to see it.
I mean, I'm not going to say I won't see it, because I will end up seeing it.
Well, yeah, but
I won't be happy about it, tell you that much.
It's one of those things that you're going to watch, even though you know it's bad, but it's like, I got to watch it.
yeah, I've seen the other 2 and the weird... Isn't there a spin-off movie with just the black guy?
No, I don't think so.
Was that his own show? Like, didn't he team up with Slimer?
I don't know.
Am I wrong?
I know there's
I have no idea what you were talking
about. Is that the
about.
Ghostbusters cartoon?
I
No, the cartoon had all of them.
Yeah, I was going to say, there was like 2 or 3 cartoons of them.
This was a deleted scene from Cocoon.
Yep, there's Don Quixote. Dan, are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm just burping away over here.
I believe you have a cough button, but don't worry about that. You know.
He has the crystal skull. Just dust off his skin. It's under there. Well, this'll fuel my meth habit for a while.
An ancient letter opener?
Indiana Jones and Pawn Stars. The best I can do is $8. It's worth $1,000.
Well, you know, there's...
I got to make a profit on this thing.
Yeah,
I got
overhead.
to listen to my guy. My guy says it's worth $12.50.
So I'm going to offer you 8. My offer stands firm. You can come back if you like.
Like, no,
I'll sell.
I just want to
Chumley, write them up.
That's a golden mask.
Early renditions of The Lion King were not as elegant as they are now. Simba.
Domo Arigato? Doesn't look like Mr. Roboto.
Died yawning. He was reading the script. Dead.
Choked on the dick.
It was an eyes wide shut part. It's like, let's put a mask on him, get out of the house here.
It makes me wonder, how many people die a year choking on dicks? Is there a stat for that? Or did like the people who were like, could you get charged with murder for that? I mean, because you imagine your reputation's like, oh my God, how did he kill her? She choked on his dick.
Like,
Holy
Honor, I swear it was consensual.
We got to the first 8 inches. It's like an episode of Hung. You just basically, like, oh, let me check your esophagus while I'm here. Go ahead and cough if you can. Left lung feels a little light.
Is this Liam Neeson we're talking about?
I've heard rumors.
I don't want to hear rumors about that. I mean, unless it's him killing women, that kind of gets me off. But like, huge wang, I don't want to hear that.
Again, $40 on Pawn Stars. You just saw that skull.
If you're lucky. It's probably just worth scrap crystal.
And again, because magnets take a while to heat up. I guess magnets and ovens are the same. You got to preheat them.
They aren't sort of completely surrounded by gold or all kinds of metal.
Yeah, like the kind you see on his little satchel there.
Are all the buttons on it on what's his nuts leather jacket there?
Yep. I'm just thinking about the armor the knights are wearing.
Yeah, how did he even peel that off there? He just like moving his head. He's like, no problem. His gun's just going off. You can't hear it though. Again, we have no audio, so that may could be happening. They're both very calm about it, but.
Well, they're used to gunfire.
Yeah.
I mean, Harrison Ford has been shot at numerous times, and I'm pretty sure Shia LaBeouf went to public school, so he's used to gunfire.
No, this is the 50s. They just play with knives. And if West Side Story tells me anything, they break out in song constantly.
This really could be redone as a musical.
Could be any worse.
Just a bunch of crazy crystal skulls. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Do, Shia LaBeouf. Do.
Why do you have to?
Monkey swings.
Oh, okay. All the guns there, shouldn't they just be hurled towards
Why would you
the
just
skull?
pull out the crystal skull and be like, I have all your guns now?
Kneel before Christ.
I mean, and is it just a little like piece of plastic or piece of cloth that turns off a magnet?
Only if it's embedded in a skull.
Only if it's embedded. Okay,
it's science. Basic 101.
Like, I'm surprised you didn't learn this in elementary school.
I can't believe I got a C in chemistry.
Aren't you an associate professor?
According to my pay stub, yeah. Just because they pay me to be one doesn't mean I am one.
Oh my God, it is a musical now. Look at that. That guy's easily from Newsies.
Pretty sure that was a scene taken out of Fiddler on the Roof.
All those Nazis dancing around, and he's just like playing a crystal skull on the roof.
Barbra Streisand is somewhere floating around this little camp.
Dressed as a man.
Dressed as a man.
Yep. All right. I'm glad I got that joke. I almost didn't. Honestly. I've only seen the movie once, and I was 8.
I've seen it referenced.
You've never seen it?
I don't know. I've probably seen enough of it. I know I've seen it on stage.
Well, that's probably better.
Well, yeah, because there's no Barbra Streisand.
Father, can you hear me? Oh my God! Actually, I know a lot about that movie. Oh my goodness!
I know a lot more about fiddlers than I thought. If I only knew about roofs.
That joke is taking a long time to settle in. I just can't get it. What's that guy in the background doing? He's like, "Dear Journal, today we found a magnetic skull. Also, Indy touched me.
Mom, send money.
I'm stuck in the jungle again."
Yeah, where
stuck in San Granada.
Where would he mail that off to? Like, I'm pretty sure the entire South American continent does not have a postal service.
Just strap it onto the back.
Strap it on the back of an eagle.
It's going to be on the back of a bat, and he's just going to let it go.
Fly home, Johnny.
Bat, or the chicken of the cave.
There's just a cave somewhere covered in letters and guano.
Oh my God, that's where all my notes to my grandma went.
Why doesn't he write? I gave him the number to my bat sanctuary. Dumb jokes, Seriously, what is everyone doing? What business could they be doing? Everyone else is outside partying. These two guys are like, hey, keep it down out there, you guys. I'm trying to write a letter to my grandmother.
Are they like trying to negotiate for the skull? Like, hey, we've got you tied up, but you know what?
I think she just wants the D.
No, I'm talking about the guys in the background. Like the guy on the headset. What's he doing?
I don't know what he's doing. He's
in the
listening
middle
to
of the rainforest, and he's just like, man, I cannot get the best of the 80s on this thing. Where's Rick Dees? I can't find him on the dial.
He's waiting for his long-distance dedication from Casey Kasem. This one goes out to a man listening in South America.
Well,
Dante,
interrogating.
We want to let you know it's going to you. And then suddenly plays like the Beatles. Is that a shrunken head? No, it's an alien of sorts. With not so much shrunken head.
Man, he's got a lot of trunk space in that alien. That's where I keep my lunch.
So if these are skulls and were one-time living things, are you essentially telling me then that shouldn't there be organs inside the alleged skull?
The magnets.
Like a brain?
They work on a series of magnets. It's
retinas.
It's science, Darrell.
It's science, yeah. Not anatomy, science. We got this crystal skull. Oh, does he have anything inside, like a brain or,
He's got magnets.
Ability to... magnets. All
right, then, send them down the hall.
These aliens become extremely dumb when you put a cloth over their head.
they just shut down. They're like a parrot. Oh my God, it's Don Quixote again. Man, the poncho never goes out of style.
Yeah, like the didgeridoos.
Is he wearing a fly fishing hat?
Well, I mean, they were near a river. I'm pretty sure there's not a local supermarket. Someone's got to catch the food. Unless
so they send off the crazy guy.
Yeah, unless they've got, he gets eaten by piranhas and no one cares.
Man, how do they have the electricity to run this place?
They showed
multiple generators.
They showed some lamps. I think those are just kerosene.
I know, but there's a lot of like broadcast equipment, it looks like, in the background. I mean, those are kerosene lamps. So like the guy who was on this headset, where's he getting the power for that? Just saying, there's plot holes in it. It's like, now we own this skull. Everything's good to go.
We just needed it to light up the generator. Someone warm me up a Hot Pocket.
There's a tear in my eye. That's a good joke.
The crystal skull, all it's there for is like, all right, we can now make dinner in under 30 minutes. No longer will women have to slave all day in a hot kitchen.
My manwich.
See, maybe Kate Blanchett's the hero in this movie.
That's why she's got that stopwatch, and 2 minutes go. Ding, dinner's done.
She's like, frozen peas, instantly cooked. It's amazing. Like, I don't know what I did before I had my crystal skull. Call now. That's what that guy's doing.
He's the operator standing by.
Yeah, exactly. He's just like, you want one too? Tough shit. There's only one. I don't know why we paid for that advertisement.
1-800-King of the Crystal Skull.
I just want Harrison Ford to be like, Crystal Skull, get off my plane. Give me back my family. Does she ever blink?
As I say, we'll keep watching. We'll see if it happens. Staring contest, go.
The skull wins. As always.
Put a little crown on it. Staring contest champion.
It's magnetic. You can just shink, it just goes right on there.
Yep.
It's a great shot where I can see nothing. It's awesome. She still didn't blink.
I was just going to say, I was like, she doesn't blink.
Does anyone
Someone
blink?
holding a flashlight at that guy's face? What was going on there?
He saw the sign.
Oh. Was that an Ace of Base reference?
CD's in my car. Shut up, dickhead.
All that she wants is another crystal skull.
Oh, yes, untie him, quick. And all the guys who have lots of guns.
Well, why didn't he just wait to get till he had both hands uncuffed?
Yeah.
Because I just wanted to punch that guy. Just that guy. I don't care about the rest.
Sometimes that's what happens.
She has an entire, selection of swords in the middle of the jungle. They just opened a box and there was 4 swords in there. Pick your weapon to threaten Shia LaBeouf while he fixes his hair.
We're gonna use this extra crate for water. She's like, "Nah, I got a better idea. My sword collection."
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's not like there's paths in the jungle, so it's probably doubles as a machete to clear a way for them to get through.
There's no fly on her jumpsuit. How does she go to the bathroom? How does she even get into it?
An elastic band.
I was to say, I got to look again at this. I will do a full wardrobe inspection. You got pwned.
And that's when Indiana Jones.
Why was it this discussed in the diner?
Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, by the way, you're my dad and stuff. Just thought I'd let you know. I like how all of the their captors are standing around watching it this is good shit.
This is really good.
Wow, who saw this coming?
I would
Crazy
watch this
plot
on
twist.
television if there was a television. Reality TV, right here. It's like an episode of Maury.
Indiana Jones,
crazy.
you are
not the father.
It's just
Thank God.
Gee. It's like she just realized that they were still being held prisoner. She's like, oh
yeah.
Oh, that's right.
I forgot this isn't TV.
There's buttons.
Let's go back.
There's buttons there. If you look again at Kate Blanchett's little blouse, there's buttons. So she buttons it halfway down to that ginormous belt and kind of jumps in. Hence jumpsuit.
Hence jumpsuit. That makes everything there made sense.
Can't argue with logic.
I mean this is Russian made.
Does Don,
They're not designers.
does Don Quixote have Parkinson's? What's going on right there? He's gonna write something down. Quick, get him a pen and paper.
Or a stick.
Wow. They just repeated that line 3 times down the line. They're I need a pen and paper. He needs a pen and paper. He needs a pen and paper.
Well, the Russians are very good at delegating.
But they all ran and got it.
Instead of a 3-man rifle team, a 3-man pen and paper team.
Happy trees. Drawing some happy trees.
It's just and see, if I move the 6 lines and connect them this way, it says smile.
That's some really good drawing for a guy that's using 2 fingers.
Well, we've been doing it your whole life.
Shia LaBeouf's about to cry again.
It's like,
Is
Santa?
he going to ask him if he's his dad?
Who is my father?
I
Who
mean,
is my father?
They look closer together than him and Harrison. So
Yeah, Shia LaBeouf's got that dead in the eyes look now, like that guy has then. Got a really big fire going.
I really do.
we gotta keep the mosquitoes away.
So I was just remembering Naked and Afraid again. You see that guy you could at least share. I'm dying over here. The Germans invent West Nile virus.
Is this a game of Pictionary?
Yes, that's what this Indiana Jones boils down to. Pictionary.
Indiana Jones in the Kingdom of the... Is that a house? What is that?
Jackal. It's a jackal. Wasn't right the first time. What makes you think it was right the other 47 times? I don't know if I could pull off a poncho.
Like I said, it never goes out of style, but it never goes into style.
Yeah.
Kudos to the poncho for being somewhat terrible all the time. Honestly, if I had a poncho big enough, I'd never wear clothes under it.
Well, I mean, I've always got a sweater underneath.
It's gross, Darrell.
You want to find someone to shave me?
Wow, Shia LaBeouf just kicked the shit out of that entire army with a table. And the map from the Goonies. Like, oh.
See?
There's only one way into that tent.
Although they're going to run out the back of the tent.
An impenetrable force of cloth and canvas.
Oh, God, this scene.
Even the fucking trees walked in this movie.
Oh, this.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, terrible.
Did you say the scene sucks?
It's not the best one in the movie, which is a low bar.
Yeah, it's really going downhill quick.
Either.
It's the fridge is still my least favorite part of this movie.
I find that more plausible than what comes later when Shia LaBeouf is swinging with monkeys.
I like how they're the ones that give him the idea. Like he couldn't put 2 and 2 together before that.
It's Shia LaBeouf.
It was like, I don't have my motorcycle. I'm fucked. How am I going to transport myself now?
Wait, look at all these monkeys following all the people shooting guns and rocket launchers at each other.
Yeah, the monkeys just like they don't even care about it. Honestly, if we were realistic, all the monkeys would just been like masturbating in the open.
Yeah.
If I've learned anything from zoos, it's that monkeys do nothing but masturbate
and fling poo.
And fling poo, yes.
And all three of us said it, so it was got to be accurate.
Yes. We've all had weird experiences with monkeys, apparently.
You are an associate professor. I mean, like...
You should know this kind of stuff. Educate us.
Yeah, I got a D in zoology. D for done. It grade counts.
Yeah.
And he's pulling her out with the snake.
I would not trust using a snake.
Why would you give him the end with the head?
That's also true.
I look at this like yes, because that snake is going to completely cooperate as you fling it around.
Yeah, like why wouldn't you kill it first?
Or why is the snake not biting anybody?
Trying to slither away, attack its captor. I mean, realistically, if I grab onto one end of the snake and he starts pulling the other end, that's a 180-pound man. That's not going to like snap the snake. I don't know. Maybe physics. I got a D in that too.
Also, if they don't ever touch the snake, they're really hard to hang on to.
Yeah, and the fact that he's grabbing it basically by what would be considered the neck.
The snake's like, that's my knee. I don't...
Get it
and then
right.
The snake helps you, and then you just hurl it.
Hurl it, and it half gets stuck on a tree.
Now let's have a laugh.
Animal abuse in this movie.
This is funny. Let's have a laugh.
Didn't go after him.
Oh, hey, all you Russians, you should stand about 2 feet in front of me and point your guns at me, and then let you all just fall into the quicksand.
You hear the Russians like, quick, grab snakes. Like,
where's that snake they used?
What the hell is?
What are they? Wow,
deforestation.
That's what's happening in the Amazon jungle right now. Nazis
a chunk the size of Kansas is destroyed every day. If that were true, and that's been said for like 20 years, wouldn't there be no rainforest left?
Be nothing but Dorothy everywhere. Toto, I think this feels pretty right. I like this.
Go America.
I like it.
Condos and mini malls all across Brazil now.
Toto, you know what I like? Cheap beef. Let's keep that going.
Because you know what the rainforest needs? A little bit of freedom.
Yeah, we're going to change the name of the Amazon River to the America River.
No, let's be more accurate. The Freedom River.
Freedom River.
Diet green on St. Patrick's Day. Good to go.
Or just spread
Force our culture on everybody else.
Or spread the blood of pygmies, across it. That's how we celebrate.
It's like digging the Panama Canal.
Yeah.
I dig it.
What barrel are they sitting next to?
Why does Shia LaBeouf look like he's going to pass out? And the two old guys are the two oldest people in the entire movie are just sitting there like perfectly fine. Shia LaBeouf.
Been through it before, I guess.
I don't know.
I'm assuming he's stuck between canisters of like baking grease, bacon.
You see him constantly combing his hair, just like
Yeah, he's either combing his hair,
Well, it can't be bacon grease. It's got to be Coca-Cola.
I mean, that's how they cook in the jungle. They got to deep fry everything.
She has great teeth.
I'm just gonna.
I remember playing those kinds of games as a family.
The greaser knife.
That worked.
He's like, oh, I just slipped my wrists.
Yeah, because that knife
Or
couldn't
it
have.
just fell out of the truck.
Yeah. Wouldn't he say, I'll cut you free if you do your homework? He is not a good father figure.
It took him a lot longer to cut through her restraints.
Well, I mean, there may have been a rape scene that we missed.
I'm just saying, they barely have Indiana and Shia LaBeouf tied down. Instead, they're like, make sure that woman's really secure.
Yeah, because remember what you did to the Nazis the last time? Nothing much, but you never know.
Stood there when they opened the Ark of the Covenant.
Got tricked by a monkey.
Man, there are no roofs to any of these vehicles.
I'm just curious, did they throw the other guy that they kicked in the face out of the back of the truck too?
Nah, he's just hanging out back
He's just
there.
laying back there. It's like, so when he wakes up, it's like, oh, they beat me. I can't fight back. You win this round.
Vladimir Putin. He's been beaten now. They don't have to worry about him.
A woman driver in the 50s. Now I can't believe this movie at all.
Wow.
So wait, he shot that forward at them?
How was that engine okay?
How did none of them die?
Weren't they all going the same direction?
I guess not.
I don't know.
I don't know what's happening here.
Neither do the people who made it.
Quick, get in the boat car.
That's a U-boat car. Oh, wait, they're not German. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting that.
Wait, they're not?
They're Russian.
They are?
Yeah.
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 I
That's why
honestly
you
have
keep
not
seeing
been...
the CCCP on their stuff.
I haven't been paying attention, if I'm honest.
There's no need to.
They're Russian, not Prussian.
How bad of a shot do you have to be? They're literally side by side. He's just like, I can't get this thing
now that
down.
Vladimir Putin now woke up. How did he not die when that thing came through?
Yeah.
He was just laying on the ground in the back.
That's what woke him up. He was like, oh shit, that could have been terrible. Thank God I'm supposed to go ride a horse naked later. Because I'm Vladimir Putin.
And then invade Ukraine for no reason.
So someone should teach the Russians how to use the AK-47. They're doing a really bad job.
I know it's not an accurate rifle, but...
Yeah, they're the ones who teach the Afghanis how to use them. Yep, 30 years from now.
No, the sad thing is we're the ones who taught them how to use that. America.
You're right, it is a musical.
All he does is get punched. More swords.
Oh, yes, this one feels sharp. We'll use this one.
I noticed that too. He's like, oh, not by the blade. That was dumb. All right.
You think Steven Spielberg yelled at him? He's like, don't grab it there.
He's like, sorry, Steve.
Do you think on set, they just call him Steve? Or is he so big that they'd be like Mr. Spielberg?
I don't know.
I don't know. good.
Honestly, if I was ever a famous director, I would want people to call me like sire, and that's what I would be. I would be like when you talk to me, you can't look at me in the eyes. You have to look down.
Look down and call me king.
You have to look at my belt buckle and call me Lord Buttercup.
It's good. She's got a sword too. Her and
Yeah.
Shia LaBeouf can go fight.
I don't know why Winston Watson Mac, I think his name.
Wow, that guy in the back is impressive.
Yeah, Indiana Jones did the same thing like years ago.
I guess, but still.
Why doesn't Mac just like lean over with his foot and like hit the brake? Or like shift it into park or neutral? Maybe I don't know cars.
Why is Kate Blanchett still standing during that whole scene? She's just like standing up. Why?
Why doesn't he use the machine gun? There's a machine gun on the right next to him. He could have avoided that whole sword battle by just shooting her with the machine gun.
Well, and how are they maintaining these really crappy cars with her not looking forward for a while?
What's mostly impressive that they're using these cars made, I'm guessing, in the 50s.
Yeah, or 40s.
In the rainforest, and
yeah.
yet like they're perfectly smooth and balanced. Like someone had their shit going for them back in the day. They really had that suspension
where
figured
there's
out.
no set of real smooth terrain going through a jungle,
Yeah.
running over plants. Like, oh no, this is the southern Illinois of the rainforest. It's all just flat.
This is the Great Plains of South America.
We present to you the Nebraska of the Amazon.
Seriously, it's big. It's a 2-lane highway through the jungle.
Median.
Wow.
Girl on girl action. All right. And now someone decided to use the brakes.
And use the gun.
Yeah, she was going, like 40 miles an hour there, and she tapped the brakes and flew Kate Blanchett,
Yep.
So I had to adjust my seat.
using the skull. That's 2d4 worth of damage.
So I'm confused. When she was going all fucking Rambo with that thing, why wouldn't you hit the brakes again?
Guess she'd rather run into the car with her son on it.
And now she's on the other car? Wait, what?
Yes.
Well, she was on the front with a machine gun, and then when she slammed into the car in front of her, it sent Kate Blanchett flying into the car in front.
Wow, did you see that kick? That was impressive. That was like a gold member kick.
Grab
Use
the machine gun.
You're right there.
Just wait for a low-lying branch and you just hit her in the back of the head. Ah, kind of like they did to him. Except it wasn't a branch.
The worst scene in the movie.
Are you my father?
Am I famous anymore? No, what he's really asking the monkey, is this going to ruin my career? Did I ruin Indiana Jones for everybody?
The monkey's like, don't worry, you'll ruin your career on your own. Don't worry about it.
We'll teach you how to fling poo.
And masturbate constantly.
Shia LaBeouf's like, I've got that covered. Don't worry about it. This part confuses me. I would just hit the brakes a little bit and get behind them.
That wouldn't be as suspenseful, though. Let's be honest.
I understand, but
what? Did that guy just jump off?
He kind of gave up.
how did he get in front of them? They are flooring it. I'm sorry.
Geometry, angles. I don't know.
And why is he so good at, like, swinging on vines?
Well, we never got to see him as a child, so maybe he spent, that's what he excelled at in gym class.
Oh, wait.
What,
Wait,
nobody
that didn't
knows.
make any sense.
Neither did that.
Like, he was going as fast as the car as he was swinging in. Like, he didn't come in at an angle and hit it. It was just like he was swinging next to it. And he was like, so, I'm going to make a right turn if that's okay. I don't have my blinker on my vine.
Wow, that monkey was really talented.
Monkey took a page out of Sarah LaBeouf's book.
Oh,
Well, looks like the old Duke boys got themselves in trouble again.
They better grow some wings.
We're about to see some terrible CGI.
Oh, yeah, this is really bad. I forgot about this.
Yes, this is awful CGI, especially for a George Lucas film.
This is how you get ants.
Do you want to get ants? Because this is how you get ants. Why would you just stand there and party? Like, I'd just be like, bye, I'm going to run.
So wait, there was a whole nother crew?
Yeah, like they just caught up. They were like, listen, we didn't use the vines. That was dumb. We understand that now.
And that truck is beyond capacity. That's why. They couldn't keep up.
They're like, we just came from the barbecue. Ah!
Wait, is that the same truck they... Because that was Vladimir Putin. Was that the same truck that they took in the first place?
I think so.
They must have stopped and picked up the entire military. They're like, we have to go back, pick everybody else up, make sure everybody has their lunch, come back, chase them down, and then we'll get eaten by ants.
Yeah, you're going to want to bring a can of Raid.
Where did they get that car?
Isn't that the... Yeah, what the hell? Where did they get that car?
Because they just crashed the other
crashed the
two.
other one. Yeah, you can see both of them are up there.
Yeah,
you still see both of them.
What? How? Wow.
Ants are magnetic. Okay, polar opposites there.
Yep.
Apparently that skull contains a lot of off woods repellent or whatever that thing is called.
Yeah, circle of death going on. It's going to be awesome.
She's like, well, if Shia LaBeouf can do it.
This is stupid, too.
That's one of the defects of women. Weak arms. They have a fist fight surrounded by ants.
Yep. Just to add danger.
Oh. Got him in the Russian crossarm bar.
Wow, those are some big haymakers.
Yeah.
He's like, I can't fight anymore, so
That Russian
give me
guy
all I got.
That Russian guy would grow up to spawn Dolph Lundgren, apparently. I must break you.
You know, he's in Mensa.
Yeah, he's super smart.
Dolph Lundgren, yeah, he's...
This is stupid.
Yeah, they how are they creating a double helix of ants?
Those are some brilliant ants. They're really hungry.
But, yeah, and yet they can't figure out how to get past the magnets in the skull. It's like, fuck, I have no idea.
This is so confusing.
Apparently that guy's only...
I was say, does he not have a gun? Because he has a gun on his side, a holster there.
That dude's going to get 8.
Yep. That would be a very painful death.
Are they dragging him back for the queen?
That's a big anthole, then.
Yeah.
If you can fit a whole human body into there.
That's what I was just thinking, too. Like, those ants planned ahead.
Like,
there are
every
there
30
are workers
years, we're
back
going to
there.
get a human.
Then why are they carrying the hat?
Because they're very fashionable ants.
It's like, okay, you just took one meal back. Oh, he's got the skull. Okay, it makes sense. He drove him away.
Yep.
Ant herder Indiana Jones.
Ant Whisperer.
City Slickers 3. Those guys have an awful lot of rope. I'm just saying, like, they were just hanging out in that truck with rope the whole time.
I was going to say, they did nothing to help anybody. They were just like, it's confusing. That was convenient.
Yeah. Until the Looney Tunes get slingshot back into there.
Yeah, you had that real moment there of a Wile E. Coyote look in her eyes.
You see her put up a sign like, just a question mark.
Yeah.
She's like, I should have used my gun that whole time, and I didn't. That was a mistake.
Oh, this rope is made by Acme. It's probably going to break.
This guy
Speaking of the Looney Tunes, they're making a Space Jam 2.
That's been the rumor for years. I don't believe
it. But no, apparently, because what's his face? Ralph Garman did a table read for the movie.
Oh, really? Okay,
yeah.
So that is news to me then.
Yeah,
because apparently LeBron James has been tied to it for like 9 years.
Yeah, I know. Because Ralph Garman said he did a table read for Space Jam 2 with Blake Griffin.
Oh, gross.
No one likes the NBA now. Why would anyone like Space Jam 2?
I'm saying it was good for the time. Michael Jordan can't act, but...
Or play golf or play baseball. That's okay. He did all right. Bill Murray was funny in it.
Yeah, Bill Murray was good. Bill Murray's been good in everything.
Michael Jordan had to play Michael Jordan. It's not like he was like, oh yeah, Michael Jordan is, Gandhi. It's it's not that far of a reach for him to say, hey, dribble around, make some passes to fake cartoon characters, we'll edit them in later, and can you hit a 3? Only if Russell's in his face.
That's a smart joke. That is knowing your basketball history right there. You know what? It would have been fun if Ben Kingsley and Michael Jordan decided to swap roles.
You mean he would have played the Mandarin?
Oh, fun fact, because China gave, I think, like 25% of the funding, and don't quote me on that number, but a lot of funding to the making of Iron Man 3, he isn't called the Mandarin when they released it in China. He's the Mandarin. Not a joke.
Yes.
And apparently no one in China thought through that they couldn't look past that.
Nobody ever read a comic book, ever.
Well, they do have a much tighter control over the media there. That whole Tiananmen thing.
Yeah.
That's true. Jesus.
You had a history lesson today.
This podcast has had some dark moments.
You brought me on.
Well, we had like a pedophile Santa to kick off this show.
Yes.
That guy's got a bad cold.
Yeah.
That's what it's like when I have to take a test in class. That's when my cold kicks in, and it's like, listen, I haven't been running all day, but now it's going to sound like every 5 seconds.
Hey, look, it's the pictures he drew like 3 days ago.
Tell the painters missed a spot.
Right. Okay. So he's got a softball bat on fire. It's good.
The original wiffle bat.
Ancient aliens.
Ancient aliens.
Come down, get out around the ship, and they're like, check this shit out.
Watch me hit some dingers. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Egyptians were blown away by the fact that aliens knew how to hit the long ball.
That's what it was.
We've never seen people with so much power.
The Egyptians are like, we can only homer in the new Yankee Stadium.
That's why there's the Great Pyramids of Giza, first, second, and third base.
Yes.
You gotta find home.
The sun, Ra? Like, I don't know.
I don't know.
That's an interesting painting we're zooming in on.
You know, when I see that, all I can picture is the guy from the Peanut Butter Jelly Time cartoon. That banana skull makes me think of that.
Peanut butter
Jelly time, peanut butter jelly time. Crystal Skull, where you at? Crystal Skull, where you at?
Aliens.
He's gonna throw it like a football now. He's like,
You go all John Elway on it.
hey, Indy, go deep, would you? Let's see how far I can whip this thing.
Yeah, that doesn't match up at all.
If I twist it, sort of, kind of.
Someone change the light.
What is up with that light?
It's reflecting off of water, I think.
Well, where's the water?
That's what I was
I don't know. I have no idea.
Didn't they already walk past that park like an hour ago?
There's more water reflected on those walls, too.
What? It's short round.
He's back.
He's like, you find my skull, Dr. Jones? I don't touch anything. How long have those guys been waiting there? I mean, like, really? I would sit down and ask those guys questions like, so where have you been shitting?
You really don't want to know. I've been getting shit on by Joey for the past 10 decades.
It's all been worth it just so I can track down Indiana Jones and Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, while they're trapped in there, they're doing their own human centipede.
That kind of looks like the pyramid from Dusk Till Dawn.
It does. Just on the other side of that, there's a bar and a diner.
There's the titty twister with
Cheech Marin.
Cheech Marin talking about pussy.
Playing everyone in that diner. He will be your bartender, your waiter, your host.
He's going to tell you how much pussy they have there.
From what I've heard, it's a lot.
I know.
It's more than your average amount.
Yep.
I think. I mean, that was the impression I got.
What?
I'm confused.
What is up with that guy? He has like balls attached to his loincloth.
Wait, isn't that exactly what they're after, but they don't want to touch it?
I don't know.
Like, get him there, the crystal skull. Oh shit, there it is. I'm totally ill prepared for what I'm supposed to do.
I'm pretty sure that was just a reenactment from Compton. You know, whenever they see white people, they just jump them. Wow, you don't belong here. I'm going to throw something at you. That's what they're like. What is the? I guess when I look at the design of something, I think of functionality, and there is no functionality to that. Run up these stairs to go into the middle and then run down these stairs.
They didn't have a good city planner.
Nope.
Did you went to school right next to the prison? Yeah. The aliens are way too busy worried about like putting magnets in their heads.
Yeah. Advanced species, my ass.
They run completely on magnets and can be completely confused by a loincloth.
The only two gas stations are on one side of town. Fucking idiots.
And pick a face, any face. Oh, you chose poorly.
Why is he still holding the rock?
He's in shock? I don't know.
Early games of whack-a-mole weren't really as funny.
They're being led through a Chuck E. Cheese?
Turns out that's just a giant litter box those guys have been going in for the past like 300 years.
How does that work?
Yeah, what I'm trying to figure out is the simple fact that, they're in a jungle, which really doesn't have a lot of, necessary sand, and now there's all this sand that they've put in it. So they would have had to have imported that sand. I mean, you look at the rest of I'm not trying to be a climatologist or soil person. I'm just saying it didn't look like there was a lot of sand.
Yeah, you don't expect to find sand in the middle of a jungle.
It's just full of ants.
Yeah, even that anthill
Very
was just
smart
kind of
ants.
dirt. Now this is like this very coarse Sahara desert sand.
Aliens.
Aliens, exactly.
Aliens.
They built the pyramids, then they came over here and was like, oh yeah, we gotta put some sand in this.
What I like is that there's a dead body down there, so someone had figured this out before, and then they refilled it with sand. Like that
And
one
they
guy.
closed it up.
Yeah, they were watching that one guy, and they were like, he's going to do it, and then he fell into his death, and they were like, fuck.
Well, what do we do now? Well,
All right.
we've been defeated. Let's go home.
Dig ourselves out again, and then fill it with sand from 800 miles away, and then we'll Play-Doh ourselves back in. Shit into a box for 300 years.
It's amazing nobody dies.
And everyone survives.
Yeah, even though they're clumsy as shit in this movie, they're like, we gotta navigate these moving stairs. No problem. Done and
And then
done.
when we fall into water with giant spikes sticking out of it, we're all going to be fine.
It's all good.
It's like, hey, there's another dead body.
Wait, is that wearing armor?
Yeah.
So shouldn't it be going right towards the skull?
Everything should be.
Yeah, like literally everything.
Yeah.
Anything remotely some kind of metal.
Oh, maybe it doesn't work in water.
The aliens are like the only two things that can defeat us: water and loincloths.
Well, yeah, haven't you seen Signs? Water will kill them.
Swing away, Mural.
Yeah, that was my apartment last spring. I had a leak in the roof, so I had just glasses everywhere collecting water as it's dripping in. Just like, God, this is like a scene from Signs.
Wait, I'm confused. Who carried the torch down?
That's a good question. Why is the torch still lit?
So there was a thing full of sand, and there's water underneath it.
That guy is leaving.
Yeah, Trail of Tears.
Jesus.
What? It's historically accurate. I mean, and there's, cobwebs on the side, but not like over the actual door.
No, let's move those out.
So
of the way.
that guy who died, the other people in this party made it through and cleared a path.
Yep.
Wow, it's a lot of art from all over the place.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, why is there art from like every culture?
Because aliens, they brought it there, man.
Aliens?
That's what it is.
Oh, I thought this was another scene from National Treasure.
No, this is the basement of Pawn Stars. Like, what can you do on this centuries-old statue?
I got like 4 of them in the back.
$80. It's literally priceless. All right, 85.
Signed by Julius
how-
Caesar.
Like, how much you want for these Dead Sea Scrolls?
I'm gonna bring in this guy to verify.
Now, see, he pulls out there, and like all the coins start moving towards it, but yet the buttons on a shirt, yeah, nothing.
Or anything else in that entire bloody room?
Anything.
Oh my god! I never noticed this before, but that's bothering me more than anything else in the movie.
The lack of magnetism.
The lack of magnetism, even though it's supposed to be so magnetized.
Magnetit?
Even though
Magnetit?
it's so magnetic.
That sounds like a stripper's name.
Magnetit. Coming to the chick with the metal leg.
Magnetit.
Girls, crystal skulls.
Magnetit. The stripper with a magnetic pussy.
Indiana Jones 5. He's like, that obviously fits right there.
That's gonna unlock this door.
What the
It's gonna
fuck?
drop these testicles down to the floor.
It's a Rube Goldberg device.
There's an intricate door.
It just starts a toaster. That's all it is.
all it does is shoot you.
Who would buy this?
All this leads to a giant Senate chamber.
Man, they really haven't gotten anything done lately.
They're missing its skull, so they've been completely dead since.
Yeah, that's a part of this I don't... Apparently you need all the skulls in one room for them to be alive. So these guys just hang out together all the time. Like,
Otherwise, they're completely useless. Another thing, they have to be together at all times. They can't get wet, and they cannot be covered by any sort of cloth.
They're all naked all the time.
Much like a real Senate, if they aren't all together, they're useless. Or the Supreme Court.
I was gonna say, I think they're more useless when they're together.
Why is that guy? That's the only one where he's like slumped over. Everyone else is sitting straight up. They take his head and he's just like, ugh.
It's like, fuck, again?
Yeah, what they don't tell you, though, is it's a kingdom of the crystal skull, but if you look at it, everything they have is made of crystal. So it could be like the kingdom of the crystal femur.
I was saying, it should really actually be the kingdom of gold, because everything's gold.
Aliens dig gold. Who knew?
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
It must have really pissed them
magnetic,
off,
I don't know.
We've mastered space travel and magnetism in our heads. But you know what I really dig? Shiny shit. That's what I'm all about.
The only thing, negative thing, these magnets in our head attract it constantly. It's constantly getting attached to our heads.
Thank God we built that pool next to us.
I'm so sick of this gold attached to me. Let's jump in the lake.
Why don't you put on a shirt, Frank? Fuck you, Al.
Oh, make me dumb. You know that.
I worked all summer on these abs. Now, are we supposed to look away so the power of the crystal skulls don't destroy us? Are they all going to melt?
What the fuck? The rest of his bones, they would call that, are also magnetized?
I guess so. He has a weird rib cage.
That is a creepy Rube Goldberg device. So what's going on?
You have eyes now and teeth, or yeah, we got all these skulls around.
They're like, what's happening now? Nothing's happening.
That wasn't anywhere near as exciting as I thought it would be. That's how they should have ended the movie. They return it and fucking nothing happens. He just sits up and he's he just gives him a thumbs up a la T2 and then that's it.
Like, I'll be back.
Collection's complete. Anything?
Oh, it's alive. Did he just smile?
The alien was like, is that Kate Blanchett?
Look, why are you in this terrible movie?
Oh, the magnets are firing up. You're right, they're warming up, Darrell.
They preheated the oven. Get the magnets out. Got to go get something from a drain in about a half hour, so let them warm up.
You see all that white smoke? Like, gotta get my crystal skull on. Woo! It's a party now.
I've never smoked hash out of a crystal skull. That's on the bucket list now.
Indiana Jones 5.
There is someone at home right now thinking, smoke crack out of a crystal skull.
Writing it down. Pulling out teeth.
They just lean back with lipstick and write it on a mirror. Ricky Gervais is running around grabbing what now?
He does look like Ricky Gervais.
He really does. Back when Ricky Gervais was really fat.
Yeah, I was about to say that too. Is that a school bus outside? What the fuck's going on?
Yeah, there's a tour later. Fourth grade, you get to come see the Crystal Skulls. They do another show at 6.
Everyone's wearing fluorescent shirts. Don't want to get mixed up. Buddy system.
Who's your buddy? Yeah. Who's your buddy?
It's either that or we use leashes.
Or God forbid, have a chaperone actually, be responsible.
Yeah, I won't be able to. If I ever have kids and have to do that, there's no way I'd be responsible. I'll be drinking the whole time.
Yes.
Like, what? You told me to take off of work and go to a museum. This is what I do when I go to a museum. I drink.
Just smoking crack out of the crystals. Go.
On the Mayan calendar again. Are the magnets now pushing them away, or
I'm confused. She's just hanging out.
What's happening with her?
She's like absorbing. If I remember this correctly, she's like absorbing all of their knowledge,
Yeah, she's like absorbing like the knowledge of the universe.
and then it becomes too much, and her brain shits its pants. I think that's how this movie ends.
Yeah, that'd make the most sense.
yeah, for everything else that's happening in this movie, that makes the most sense. The logical conclusion: she shits herself. Man, she could have gone back to Mother Russia and just, Cold War would have kept going. Soviet Union would have been beaten by Blue Jeans and Bon Jovi.
Just let Watson go. That dude's done for.
Let's let him go. You had your fingers on the, the cup. Just let it go.
It's like Indiana Jones, all he's done is punch that guy in the face the entire movie. Now he's like, I need to save you.
Yes. Oh, now I get why they all have to be in the same room. They're all the same dude. That makes no sense, but okay.
He has 12 skeletons? It's impressive.
This is a lot of magnets.
Well,
Is that Ronald McDonald on this? Oh, okay, there, it's gone.
Yeah. He needs one magnet for his head, 2 for his dick.
Ancient hung aliens. That's the part I don't get. Apparently, when you get 3 PhDs, you just spontaneously combust. Just I know too much.
Happens to every Jeopardy winner.
Alex Trebek is that alien. See a little mustache on that alien.
Trebek, I knew it. Son of a bitch.
The only reason I'm not stuck to this podium is because I'm wearing a shirt. Shuts off the magnets in my head for $300.
That is why he's the farthest from the cameras.
They just flushed all of that.
Yeah,
What those guys, the guys been shitting in this whole time. They're just gotta
That's why
purge
the
the
water's
system.
brown.
You just gotta let it run past you. It's really refreshing.
This makes no sense either.
Buoyancy? I don't know.
Why they geyser out of the temple?
Yeah, they should have just lazily fallen out of it because it's not moving anywhere near fast enough.
There's Mount Doom.
Just a bunch of tourists down there with cameras oh shit. Guaranteed the Asian one would still be taking pictures.
I'm glad you said it because I was thinking it. Wearing a fanny pack. Yeah. Hurricane Andrew.
Not to ruin anyone's day, but I think I dropped my keys in there.
Yeah, they can't drive that German U-boat car out of there now.
Shia LaBeouf's don't worry, I got this great new mode of transportation.
It's called monkey flying.
So they were faster than a car.
You'd be surprised at how efficient it is. You're a little tired.
So the debris spinning around is just stuck into this one
It's
concentrated area.
magnetized.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, because rocks are magnetized, and yeah,
If your hands were made of metal, that would mean
it would mean something. This deforestation.
Yeah, shit. How's he going to explain that one away? Oh, he doesn't have to. There he goes. The lost city of Atlantis. Atlantis?
Atlantis?
I added a T in there.
The Atlantis Braves.
Atlantis, babes.
Atlantis Morissette.
Magnetit.
Yeah, take that poncho off. You don't need it anymore.
Where we're going, we don't need ponchos. Like a Doc Brown.
Yeah, what you need is a freaking couple empty milk jugs and just float across that lake.
Meanwhile, Don Quixote the Poncho's like, what am I going to smoke crack out of now? I got nothing.
Yeah, because doesn't that guy like become normal again?
Yeah, he's just like, fine.
He's like, yeah, well, that was cool.
He's like, oh,
What do we
thank
do
God.
next?
Load off my mind. I was this close to bursting into flames.
All right,
You guys
everyone.
know.
It's we'll take a rest here and we'll start walking in the morning. The water's dangerously high.
Meanwhile, the entire zone is just like flooded. Just completely destroys the environment, and they're like, but don't worry, we took care of that one Russian
Hey,
chick.
but all those native folk that the Russians killed, yeah, they're washing away right now. Trail of Tears once again.
But seriously, how is Indiana Jones going to explain that shit away? And it's like, Professor Jones, weren't you there when like that entire half a country just like fell away and flooded?
It's like, when did the ocean become like so much bigger?
He's like, it's Magnitits science. Don't worry about it.
It's science. It's not biology, it's science.
I have it all here in this book called Magnetit. Read it. There's going to be a quiz tomorrow.
Wow, that guy looks awful.
See, he's an associate dean. I'm an associate professor. Way different.
How pissed are you guys? He just made him screw up on that end.
Well, he also told him that he's changing the title or something like that. So that guy's upset 'cause he's almost done.
Ugh.
Little black book. All kinds of names and numbers in there. Bryan Cranston performing the ceremony.
She wearing a blazer?
Yep.
Power suit. Another civil rights sign.
Hillary Clinton's in the background like, I dig that. I might run with that in the future.
And you got a Michelle Obama telling them what they can and can't serve at the reception.
No trans fats. 60 minutes of play a day.
Oh, what they're about to do is 60 minutes of play. It'll be about
60 seconds?
3 mints of action and 57 minutes of them trying to find the beeper to call the ambulance.
They're like, I knew I should have took off life alert.
I love Shia LaBeouf's reaction when they kiss. He's like, what the fuck? And it's like, dude, you've seen the end of a wedding, right? Like, that's...
Like, first of all, you know how you were made, right?
Well, you never know if they sat him down and explained it to him.
He's like, my guess has had to do with Coca-Cola, a comb, and a Harley Davidson.
And a weird camera.
Everyone stand still for 40 seconds while I take this photo.
This is ridiculous.
I've only seen my dad wear this for the whole movie. I guess I'll put it on now.
What is this?
Like, this smells way worse than I anticipated it to.
They don't have a lot of friends.
Well, look how old they are.
Wait,
They've
wait.
all
Everybody,
died.
Where did
look
all
at
these
the life
people
they
come?
led.
It's like, they all had vacation homes and they're all flooded and they're dead now. That's just it.
They killed all their friends.
It's like the church was barely full. Then like all those people went to the front, and then it's like, oh no, now we're gonna walk out. It's like,
Don't you follow? I don't know.
I was raised Catholic. Don't worry, I know how churches work. Magnets is how churches work.
We don't believe in science, but magnets, you can't dispute that.
Yeah.
Associate producer, not associate professor.
Christy Makosko Reiner.
Russian suits. And is it,
Wow.
what? Yeah, there's a guy called Slugger.
Fast-speaking inmate.
Spielberg.
Sword
Yeah.
trainer.
Stunt doubles. And then just regular stunts.
I'll give it to that guy. Those swords looked like they were really trained well. They just like sat still the entire time.
Ooh, stand-ins.
They were really professional.
That guy's name is Dean Bitter. What a badass name.
Dean Bitter.
That guy sounds like an action movie hero. Renegade cop Dean Bitter.
Flamethrower 3, starring Dean Bitter.
They took his crack pipe, the crystal skull.
Now he wants it back at any cost.
This semester, there's a new dean on campus. Dean Bitter.
Dean Bitter.
He's bitter on the surface, but clean in the heart.
Now that he's like married and settled down, what's Indiana Jones gonna do? Like, what's Indiana Jones 5 going to be? Like, Indiana Jones and that other guy who also wants tenure? Like, I don't know.
Indiana Jones and the missing vacuum cleaner. I don't know. It's like he's all domesticated and shit.
Indiana Jones and we're going to my in-laws. Like,
yeah, they showed the plane taking off from Central Ohio towards Miami. Dun, 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 fucking turn around. You just see the plane do like a U-turn in midair.
Like half the movie is him just trying to get through like TSA.
With a pistol.
Like
trying to catch his flight, and he like throws his whip at the door as the plane door is closing and like pulls himself in.
Like, sir, you can't bring this wooden cup on the plane.
Like, how does this plane run? Magnets.
He goes like, instead of landing, he just jumps out of the plane with a inflatable raft. Sir, we are going to land. He ends up in the Everglades. Medic! David Odell is your medic.
Craft service.
Craft service.
That guy's never appreciated enough as he should be.
No, they're never appreciated. And if they really wanted to make some money, change it to a K. Craft service that way.
Yeah. Just another
mac and cheese.
Macaroni and cheese. Like an entire table's
And
worth.
slices of processed American cheese.
There's a Hawaii crew?
I guess is that where they shot the final scenes was in Hawaii?
Oh,
I don't know.
There's a labor foreperson and a laborer. Foreperson for the single laborer.
And more craft service.
Armorer.
More medics. Huh.
Aerial unit.
Unit. Oh, well, this was enlightening.
I'm kind of upset with Industrial Light and Magic. I really thought that'd be better.
Yeah. They
Not
usually
enough
are.
magic.
They were like, we didn't know what to do with the movie. It was terrible. We couldn't do anything more.
More magnets.
So there were one or two digital artists.
A few.
Wow.
It doesn't seem like there's that much visual effects in the movie.
Well, the prairie dogs. The magnets.
It's like 40% of those people are just like for the prairie dogs.
They're like, we have to make sure those things look real.
There's going to be a scene.
They're a big actor in the first hour.
There's going to be a scene where they rocket by on a jet through the desert before it gets blown up by an A-bomb. And everyone's like, oh, okay, we need to do the prairie dogs. Oh, fuck you too. I want to do the A-bomb. No. We've got the guy with the fridge on that. So what'd you guys think of the movie, honestly?
Disheartening.
It was better with the sound off.
It was.
I don't even know if that's accurate.
Oh, trust me, the
It
dialogue was horrendous.
It wasn't worse with the sound off, but that doesn't mean it was better.
It still doesn't make much sense.
The movie itself doesn't make a lot of sense, and maybe we have way too high of expectations considering the first 3 films. 2, I didn't really like Temple of Doom.
Thank you.
I thought it was okay, but I still like 1 and 3 better than 2 and 4. 2 is better than 4, but
But who knows? There are 2 more planned, correct?
Yeah, that's what the rumor is.
Maybe this is Phantom Menace.
Maybe.
Like the first 3 were so good.
So Shyla is Jar Jar?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Wow.
that
George Lucas
makes so much
repeated
sense.
himself. He's going insane.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
He's drunk with power. Let's be completely honest.
That's why he sold everything he owned.
I was super sad. I was stoked for all the Star Wars video games supposed to come out.
I know. Well, there's some really good ones planned by EA now. So
Yeah, but by EA.
Yeah, but if it's in the game, it's in the game.
Well, Darrell, this was amazing.
This was.
It was awesome having you on today.
I wish you would have picked a better film, though.
What? That's
the point of the movie.
We intentionally pick poor films.
Hey, could you pick a better poor film?
Okay, like what? Well, let's brainstorm right now. What do we do
brainstorm
next week?
our next plan?
We didn't even pick last week.
I was thinking we do the movie Stuck on You, that Matt Damon comedy with
it's Matt Damon and
what is that guy's name?
Greg Kinnear.
Yeah, Greg Kinnear.
Yeah.
Greg Kinnear. Yeah,
The guy who's in Rake. Yeah.
they play conjoined twins.
Yep. That movie is Not very good.
Yeah, and you really don't need the sound to watch that one.
Isn't that a Farrelly Brothers movie?
I don't know who did it. Very well could be. It's one of those. It's just funny enough.
I own it, but it was given to me as a gift on my birthday.
On your birthday, that makes it even. Yes,
someone
because if someone just randomly gave you a gift, be like, "Here, I bought a DVD for you in the $5 bin and put a bow on it. It's a gift."
Well, it's happened to me before. I was just leaving class one day, and someone was like, "You want this football?" And it was like a brand new, like 30.
Are you sure you're not just a bully?
No, I am.
You're just like, "Hey, I like that football." They're like, "Here you go, sir."
Well, I think what it was is like they were joking around, like, "Oh, we're gonna give it to
Don't
this
bring those
guy."
magnets near me.
They were like holding it from someone. They're like, "We're just gonna give it to this guy." Like, "You want this football?" And I was like, "Yep." And I just walked right out the door and kept going. No one stopped me. I own that football to this day. It's my favorite item in the world. Just because it's the only thing I've legitimately stolen.
When was this?
High school.
Okay, I was gonna say, I'm like, if this was like 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. Some
It's
fourth
the best thing
grader
that's ever
was
happened to me in my entire life.
some fourth grader was in the parking lot, and I was like, "This is mine now." Well, Darrell, if we do this again next week, if we do Stuck on You or something else, would you be down to do it again?
Let me check my schedule and I'll get back to you.
Okay.
I only say that because I do have meetings on some Monday nights.
We don't always do it. This is the first Monday night.
Yeah.
I have meetings on Tuesday nights too.
Okay, well.
I mean, we can make a more steady.
When does never work? Does never work for you?
This is never a good one? Never line up in your schedule?
I can definitely free up some time.
For sure.
Yeah.
This was great.
We'll sit down. We'll watch another film. I'm trying to think. We could stick with. No, that wasn't Shia LaBeouf. I'm trying to think of another Shia LaBeouf movie. We can just rip on him for like 3 weeks in a row.
Wait, what movie were you thinking of?
I was thinking Wanted, but that's the other
that's...
guy, the one who played young Professor X.
Yes.
Oh my God, that movie is terrible.
Wanted?
Wanted is so bad.
I didn't think that movie was bad.
What? Really?
No.
That movie was pretty bad.
No.
They ignored some shit in that movie, like the fact that they
Physics?
logic.
Well,
they have miracle milk that like you just like take a bath in it.
I mean, it's all from the graphic novel.
I know, but I didn't like it.
I'm like, you can't argue with that. With they're just copying the source material.
I just didn't dig it. It
I didn't mind.
not for
I
me.
liked it.
Apparently, we're not doing Wanted. But are you trying to think of Lawless?
Lawless wasn't bad.
Lawless, okay,
But that's with Shia LaBeouf, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the one where he's the creepy neighbor? Kind of like the
Disturbia?
Disturbia.
I'm down. I do Disturbia.
Oh yeah. Disturbia works for me.
I may have to watch it and with actual sound, and then we'll watch it again without the sound, just us ripping on Shia LaBeouf. Maybe I shouldn't even need to watch it then.
No, you don't.
Or you just do all three Transformers.
Any of the Transformers.
Oh my God,
like
Transformers are so bad.
Everything's blue and orange.
It is, and I still haven't made it through the third one.
Or you got Michael Bay destroying
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles
now.
Have you seen the trailer for that?
No, I refuse to watch the trailer because I refuse to watch the movie because I've heard it's that awful.
The trailer looks bad.
Yes.
The trailer looks
like
really
you have
bad.
no idea what happens in the movie either from the trailer.
When I believe the phrase "trailer trash" comes from that trailer.
Any Michael Bay movie.
All right, so if you enjoyed this one, we may have Darrell back next week, where we're going to be watching.
I'm a recurring character. I'm like
either
Buddy from Seinfeld or Newman.
I just hope you're not Cousin Oliver and like you appear in our last episode and ruin the show.
It's like, oh yeah, we should have that guy back on. Oh, canceled. How do you cancel? Get a podcast canceled?
We've done it. We've done it before.
Yeah,
you've gotten a podcast canceled.
Yeah. This is like the third incarnation of this because the first one got canceled.
Yep.
Who canceled it?
Powers that be. I don't want to get too into it.
Oh,
but
things not on record.
Are magnets involved? Is that why?
Yes. Yeah. Magnets caused us to be canceled. We use too many magnets. Our brains almost fried.
The cost of the podcast just was soaring because of the magnet consumption. That's what it was.
And we decided we needed to try something else.
Yeah, they had a bad crop in the magnet field. I think that's a good note to lend us on.
Yeah, that is a good one. Thank you very much, Darrell. So next week we'll be watching anything. We really haven't decided on anything. It could be one of many things. Maybe we'll have Darrell. The greatest way to end the show is to say that there's going to be a show and we have no idea who's going to be on it or what's it about.
Yes,
that's how you end a program.
That's like Seinfeld.
And you can actually find our podcast at It's a Podcast on YouTube because it's free.
Bam. Again, the magnet cost is burying our production value. This has been Too Fat for the Movies. I want to thank Darrell for coming on. Of course, Dan, as always. I have been your host. I put that in quotes. I've been your host, Gerrad Fry. We'll see you next week.